Galaxy's Edge in Walt Disney World will be opening soon, minus one of the big attractions. So we're going to take a look at what we know so far about the Rise of the Resistance ride. Hi, I'm Steve and welcome back to What in the D World. Before we get going, if you haven't already, don't forget to check us out on social media where we keep you up to date every day with news, park history, daily weather and park hours. I'd love it if you join me over there and all the links are in the description below. So for those not in the know, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is a Star Wars themed land based around a planet called Batuu at the edge of the galaxy. There's rides, shops, merchandise, food, drink and character experiences, and it is the most immersive land that Disney has ever made and even has its own language. If you want to know more about what you can do, buy, eat, make or how to speak the language, then I have a whole playlist you can check out which I'll link in the top corner for you now. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland opened on May 31st to the general public with previews for cast members, media days and reservations needed up until June 23rd. Which gave guests a 4-hour window in the land. Currently there is only one attraction, which is the Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. This sees guests fly the Millennium Falcon for a smuggler called Hondo, but when Galaxy's Edge opens on August 29th in Walt Disney World, however, both lands will still be incomplete and missing a major attraction, the Rise of the Resistance. Disney Parks blog has recently announced that the new ride will open first in Walt Disney World on December 5th, which is Walt's birthday by the way. Then Imagineers will head back over to the West Coast to finish off the Disneyland attraction, which will open on January 17th, 2020. Firstly, the Rise of the Resistance is the most ambitious and technologically advanced ride that Disney have ever created, so it's no surprise they are taking their time to get this right. It was expected that the ride would open in Disneyland later this year, so the fact it will be opening in Walt Disney World first is pretty big news. The ride is a trackless dark ride and there have been lots of rumours there were problems with the ride system, so for the ride to be opening over 7 months later possibly confirm these rumours may have been true. The rumour pointed to the fact that the RFID pucks that were built into the floor of the building, which essentially guide the trackless vehicles by communicating them, were misaligned during construction in Disneyland. This caused the ride vehicles to misbehave during testing, which enabled Disney's safety protocol, putting the building into a safe mode. This happened so much that it made Disney delay the opening so they could take a look at what could be done to try to rectify the problem. This of course was great news for Walt Disney World, as the construction was behind its West Coast counterpart, meaning that any issues that occurred could be fixed in advance. The ride vehicles have 2 rows, which can hold 4 in each, making a total of 8 passengers per car, and even has a droid in the front to guide you. Now these were shown off at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago. Rise of the Resistance is going to be the biggest attraction in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. The ride will see you going on a mission as one of the Resistance on your way to join General Organa and Rey on a secret base. However, you will be intercepted by a Star Destroyer and have to escape from not only the First Order, but also the clutches of Kylo Ren. The ride does have an elaborate pre-show experience that is so immense this could be a separate attraction in itself. Not only this, but it is also rumoured to have more than 50 animatronic stormtroopers on the Star Destroyer that you will have to escape. Of course there are more animatronics than this, with the final tally including the small droids taking it to over 300 in the ride. The ride time is also rumoured to be more than 20 minutes long from start to finish, with the ride time itself being over 4.5 minutes long. There are over 20 show scenes which include a mix of digital and physical sets during the course of the ride, which also takes place on multiple levels and will have multiple drops. You will start the ride on a Resistance shuttle, which will simulate a ride from Batuu into space using a trick with a turntable, which will slowly rotate while you're in the vehicle, and eventually when you leave, you will exit onto the Star Destroyer. Guests will be escorted off and into cell blocks, which are similar to the first movie where Leia was being held. The Resistance will mount a rescue, which sees you battle the First Order, and then you'll end up in the ride vehicle looking to escape the Star Destroyer and running into more stormtroopers along the way. There is also a massive room with 2 giant AT-ATs, which will open fire to try and stop you. and we've seen the metal frames of these being built during construction before the building was enclosed. Eventually you will end up in an escape pod, and this will be one of the drops where the pod flies back down to the planet. So as you can see, there is a reason this ride is being called the most immersive and epic ride to come to a theme park, and it's great to see that Disney is taking their time to get this right and not rushing just so the ride can open with the land. So are you excited to ride this new attraction when it opens, and which part of the attraction are you most excited for? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, if you did enjoy this video, a like would be more than welcomed, and if you know any of the Disney nuts like us, don't forget to share this with them so they don't miss out on any news. Finally, feel free to check me out on social media with any of the links in the description, where I keep you up to date with all the news, history, facts and more about Walt Disney World. Once again, that is you all up to date, so until next time, I'll see you real soon.